What do you think? How much percentage of schools and institutions does have these norms? I mean, the things you talked about.
So, talking about the entire country, less than 10% of the schools and colleges have the app knowledge of fire safety currently.
So, what kind of fire extinguisher you suggest for schools as well as the institutions?
We suggest clean agent fire extinguishers. Again, they are multi-purpose extinguishers, but they are very superior to the ABC fire extinguisher.
How should they be prepared for fire safety?
There is a national building code already established, which
Okay.
can act as a basic safety checklist for our schools.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Fire Safety with Alpha. My name is Sandeep Kaushik, and I'm your host for this amazing podcast where we talk about how to prevent fire, how to make sure that you're prepared in case there is fire. In case the fire happens, how to control and how to minimize the effect of fire. In our last episode, we talked about home safety measures. And today, we're going to talk about the institutional, how we can take care of fire in institutions. And with me is our super expert, Nipun Narula, the CEO of Alpha Fire, who's in business for the last 25 years, the fastest growing company which is really working with amazing technology coming up your way for fire prevention. Welcome, Nipun.
Thanks, Sandeep. I feel honored to be back here.
Thank you. Looking forward. So, straight away, I'll come to the questions. Looking at the schools and the colleges and other institutions in India, uh, how should they be prepared for fire safety?
Sandeep, there is a national building code already established, which
Okay.
can act as a basic safety checklist for our schools. They should have their sprinklers on each and every floor. They should have their smoke detectors already installed and well in place. And coming to the newer technologies, they should also have fire suppression systems in their electrical rooms, their data rooms, which can really help them mitigate the fire safety risk.
My very blunt question to you is, what do you think? How much percentage of schools and institutions does have these norms? I mean, the things you talked about.
We all have seen the recent case where the institute was flooded with water, and then a lot of fire safety norms were checked, and none of them actually had any of the thing in place. So, talking about the entire country, less than 10% of the schools and colleges have the app knowledge of fire safety currently.
Wow, that's really scary. Okay, now when come to institutions like the teachers there, the professors, the staff, firstly, how should they be prepared for any such fire, and what should they teach the students about the fire safety?
So, Sandeep, it is very important that teachers, staff, and even the children should understand that the fire safety is everybody's responsibility. It cannot be handed over to any one individual. Everyone should know the basic fire safety norms.
Uh-huh.
The schools, the management should get the fire safety mock drills conducted every semester,
Uh-huh.
and they should make the teachers aware how they can actually help children escape the building in case of a fire.
Okay.
The school should have a fire safety personnel. Every floor should have one. They should know how to use a fire extinguishers. The teachers, the staff, and even the children should know how to use a fire extinguisher, because a fire extinguisher can really help them escape the fire. So it is very important, and at last they should react. If there is a smoke alarm going off, they should react. If a fire safety personnel is there and is calling them that they should escape, they should react.
Uh-huh.
So it is very important for them to participate in the mock drills, understand the basic fire safety norms, and it is the duty of the management to regularly enhance their fire safety standards.
So keep them updated all the
Keep
time.
them updated.
Again, my question, we talked about ABC kind of fire extinguishers. What kind of fire extinguisher you suggest for schools as well as the institutions?
So there are a lot of designated areas in schools, like we have chemical labs. So there are extinguishers which are called clean agent fire extinguishers, which have to be placed there, where in we talk about computer labs, chemical labs. So we suggest clean agent fire extinguishers. Again, they are multi-purpose extinguishers, but they are very superior to the ABC fire extinguishers,
Okay.
as they do not leave any residue. they help the actual saving of the assets also. The
Okay.
computers are saved, the chemicals are saved, so there is no residue. Secondly, there are projector rooms also. So there we suggest them electrical extinguishers, again clean agent. Then there are places like cooking where the kitchens are there, the canteens are there. There we suggest K type of fire extinguishers. So there is a complete different class of fires and different kinds of extinguishers are suggested, seeing what all is available
So I
at the
think for a
institution.
raw man, which I understand is like an expert, should actually make sure that the relevant and the right kind of choice of extinguishers are there
Correct.
according to different places in an
Correct,
institution or
correct.
school. And then for the people who are there, whatever is available, that means it's the best possible for
Correct.
them, and they can utilize in case of fire.
It is very important that a fire safety audit has been conducted in the school,
Okay.
and then the designated areas of high risk, low risk, medium risk are identified, and accordingly the fire safety measures are taken.
And how often does this fire safety audit happens?
A fire safety audit has to be done every annum. It has to be conducted every year so that they are well prepared and they know what kind of risk that building is going through.
Is it something mandatory by the government, or is it something which is a choice of institutions?
See, if we go on our norms, it is mandatory by the government for every commercial building to get a fire safety audit done every annum.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome.
But there is a huge gap. People do not take fire safety seriously. That is why there is a gap.
True that. I think we all talk about that when something like something wrong happens or some huge fire happens and we lose lives and all that. I
Correct.
think prevention is definitely better than cure. So we discussed about the fire drill. I want to ask you like how important the fire drill is for schools and institutions, and how often should you do? You mentioned something like quarterly, or is it something
Yes.
like that? Or
So we suggest for a school every semester, as we see new people coming to the school every semester.
Uh-huh.
There are admissions, new admissions every semester. So every person in the building there should be well aware of their surroundings. And the fire safety mock drill is the most essential and important thing which can help people escape the building. There should be well defined escape routes. These escape routes should not be interrupted with any kind of blockage.
Uh-huh.
They should be cleared. So if we are doing regular mock drills, we then we are aware if sometimes during a drill we find that the area was blockage, we can clear that, and this can help when there is an actual fire. So that is why frequent fire mock drills helps a lot.
So it helps you both ways. It helps to train people,
Correct.
and also to make sure that in case of fire there is no.
It enhances
hindrances.
preparedness.
Oh yes, great. Now regarding to the parents of the kids, like whether they are school kids or college kids, what are the kind of fire risk you feel are there which they should be aware of? Because I think it's always good to be aware about what's happening.
So it is very important for the parents to start asking first. We have seen a lot of parents, they are not very much interested to know what kind of fire safety measures the schools are taking. So they should, as they are visiting the school during a PTM or during any event, they should really ask the management like what kind of safety measures you are involved. We are sending our kid to your place every day, and there are n numbers of children in a building, n number of staff is there, so it is a very crowded place. So parents should start asking, and even the top management or the management of the school can involve the parents during a mock drill
Okay.
once a year or once in a 6 months, which helps both ways. Even the parents are being aware about the fire safety standards which are already being in place,
Yeah.
and they can even take suggestions from the parents also. So that they are going to any corporate, they can even put their suggestion and keep schools updated with the latest technologies.
My question to you would be, I mean, of course, you suggested the parents to go and also talk about the fire safety of the kids. But how about giving some advice to schools and institutions, as in like what kind of minimalistic, if you talk about, because sometimes they're worried about the cost and everything, but still for the safety of their kids, their teachers, the staff, everyone, what is the fire safety norms? What is the basic requirement they should have so that at least they feel safe? Yeah.
So yeah, while talking about educational institutes, it is categorized in two kind of buildings. One which is above 15 meters of height, and one which is below 15 meters of height. If we talk about buildings which are above 15 meters, every floor should have fire sprinklers.
Uh-huh.
Every floor should have smoke detectors. and they should have fire extinguishers every 15 meters. If I am standing any place, in every 15 meters there should be a fire extinguisher available. The fire extinguisher should be periodically refilled, should be checked by a fire safety expert.
Okay.
They should not be checked with someone who does not have that knowledge.
Okay. Not
And-
like someone in house and
Yes,
somebody
correct.
doing it. Yeah.
Here, as we are talking about mass gathering place, so it should be always done by a fire safety expert, and the system should be always up to date. When we talk about buildings which are below 15 meters of height, then if they have a basement, they should definitely have fire sprinkler systems, as while the exits of basement is very hectic.
Yeah.
So fire sprinklers helps to increase that time span, and they should also install fire safety doors which help them increase the time of a person escaping the building, as fire doors restrict the fire in that designated place, and it helps actually the people there to quickly move out of the building till the time the fire doors are restricting the fire to spread. So these are some of many options they can do, and which does not even is a big hole in their pocket.
Okay, so you basically want to say that you need to have the right system by experts, make sure that they are working all the time, so there's a regular checkup of, I will say, the maintenance of what is
Correct.
happening, and also to make sure that there are fire drills happening and there's a fire audit happening in
Correct.
schools and institutions, so that they're absolutely great. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So I would like to ask, like we've talked about AI at homes, how about AI-driven technologies for fire safety in these educational institutions?
Yes. So yes, there are specific AI cameras which are available for educational institutes,
Uh-huh.
which help in monitoring, as well as they help in analyzing what kind of heating is happening in their buildings, what kind of fire safety risk can happen in future. These AI cameras make a complete report and help to understand the cause of fire very deeply.
Okay.
Secondly, there are very advanced building management systems which help the entire HVAC of the building, entire gas walls can be shut in one command. If there is a fire, the entire HVAC can be opened, the smoke can be exhausted. And also, there are systems now which can help them inform the local fire officer automatically.
Automatically.
Yeah.
How expensive these new technologies are? Are they very expensive for the institutions to spend, or you think that right now they're expensive, but they're going to be kind of going down with time?
See, yeah, it is kind of expensive as of now, but the cost of installing them is never equivalent to the kind of lives they can save.
Oh, yes.
So we are talking about a place where there are a lot of children involved, a lot of kids involved. So the importance of fire safety is very, very
Much
high.
more there than anywhere else.
Correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, currently the costs are high as a lot of export is happening in this technology. But soon, as we develop it indigenously, the cost will definitely come down.
So I would say the tech guys in the industry look around this amazing option. We're talking about AI in fire safety, and of course, right now we are kind of getting it from outside, importing the products and stuff like that. But how about doing it in India, make it in India, and make it cheaper so that most of the institutions can utilize it? So today we talked about fire safety in educational institutions, whether it's schools, colleges, or any other institution. And well, if you are a parent, if you are a principal of a school, if you're working in a school, if you're a teacher, or you're on board of directors of the school, this is something which is very, very, very important. Fire safety for your school, fire safety for your college, fire safety for your institutions, because you have to save those lives. And the responsibility to save is entirely yours. So take preventive measures, make sure that you do fire audits, make sure that you do fire drills, and let there be happiness all around. Thank you so much, and thank you, Nipun, for your inputs.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.